Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jennifer Jeffries, the present day wise woman, a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This podcast is for those who are wanting to really rock their lives and health and live from a place of prevention. Let's get into today's episode. Why can't I just do a bum cleanse, or why can't I just do a liver detox and be healthy? If I had $1 for every time I've been asked that in the 30 years of me being a naturopath, I'd be a very rich woman. Just saying, this is what I want to talk about today. Because that's the preconception. People think, oh, I just want to detox, or I just want to give my body a reboot. So I'm just going to work on this body system. Or I feel all gross on the inside. I'm just going to do a bum cleanse. Or if you're North American, you'd say a butt cleanse. The thing is, we're not just one body system. We can't just eat clean, even, for instance, and think we're magically going to be healthy. We're not. We're not just one body system. We're actually a body of body systems, and they all work together. They're all integrated. In fact, we have 11 body systems, but 4 of them are around detoxing. They are your lungs, your liver, your kidneys, and your colon. And that's the main area where I see people wanting to really just isolate a body system. Nowadays, a lot of people are more aware of impact of hormones on the body, even things like, cortisol, the stress hormones. And so we have the endocrine system, which is our hormonal system. It has 8 major endocrine glands that all need to be looked at. They're same, but different. And that's the thing, guys. We just can't isolate one body system. They all work together. And Western medicine thinking and traditional Western thinking in general, it's not even just medical thinking, think, whoa, well, I've just got a sore hand, or I've just got a sore gut, or I'm just not sleeping properly, or I'm just a moody bitch lately, or whatever it is. And they think that it's just that one part that they need to work on. And I get that kind of makes sense. However, in my studies, I know you couldn't get further from the truth. And I've talked in previous episodes about how things like hormones, stress hormones, really impact things like your sleep. They impact things like your digestive system. They're all different body systems that are being impacted by hormonally stress. So everything, whether we like it or not, works together. So Western medical system says there must be just one thing going out of balance that we need to work on. Well, there's not. As a naturopath and in traditional Chinese medicine, all the Eastern philosophies, we totally see the body as whole, and that it's all interconnected. And that's the thing. We've got to look at what's happening behind. So here's the symptom, and it doesn't matter what it is. What is influencing that physically and emotionally? Now, you don't want to go and commit to 5 years full-time study or something like that to become a naturopath to understand that. So how do you get a bit of a grasp on that at home when you're not actually trained in that way? So that's what I want to talk about today. The first is just start by trying not to look for the easiest route. I know this sounds strange, but it's built into us as human beings that we want to take the shortcut. Well, I've just got a headache, I'll take a Panadol. What that does is that masks the pain, reduces the pain, does nothing to help with why that pain was created. Or you might have, acid reflux and that kind of gut imbalance. And so you're just taking an antacid. Go back and listen to that episode. That was a really good one I did, all about digestive enzymes and why they're important. Go back and check that out. But just taking an antacid is going to do nothing to fix the problem, which could be stress that's dampening the enzymes, which means the food's stewing instead of digesting. So we want to just think, I'm not saying don't take medication. That's not what I'm talking about. I get that we need to manage the symptom, but at the same time, whether you engage the help of a professional or do some research yourself, and I'm not the biggest fan of Dr. Google, I have to just say that, but maybe can it start your thinking towards looking at what's happening behind it. So even if we think of something like sleep, so many people do crappy sleep. It's one of the most common things I deal with patients. So with sleep, instead of the normal thinking, people may take a medication, but even if they're taking a natural supplement, okay, so whether they know that melatonin is useful for sleep, whether they know that magnesium is useful for sleep, whether they know that chamomile tea is useful for sleep, or lavender and chamomile essential oils are useful for sleep. They might have a busy brain, so they might know that vetiver essential oil is useful for sleep. That can be helping to settle the symptom. As a naturopath, we go the step behind. We go, okay, cool. So what's your day been like before you got to this crappy sleep? Or if you've just out of the blue had a couple of days of crappy sleep, what's been going on? What's been the emotional stresses? What's been your day-to-day habits and rituals? Have you gone to bed later? Have you found yourself a bit stressed and having more caffeine through the day? Have you found yourself eating later at night? What's been going on? They're the most important kind of questions to ask yourself with anything that's going on. What's going on? Any kind of symptom that presents itself, you want to ask yourself, what's been going on? And that's the first step to having a look behind. If your moods are crabby, you're up and down and all over the shop, just taking an antidepressant, again, I'm not saying don't take your medication, but just taking that masks the symptoms. It's not going to necessarily fix everything that's happening behind it. And I get there's chemical imbalances. I'm not saying anything against that, guys. But eating crappy food or eating good food and still having your body under stress with food stewing, you're not getting all the amino acids that are turning your happies on. There can be so much sitting behind it. And just taking an antidepressant doesn't do anything to fix it. It masks or settles a symptom right now. What if it was your energy? So what if you're dragging your ass, life's a bit full on, you're living on sugar and caffeine, you're not sleeping it properly at night because you're so jacked up by the time you actually go to bed. What if you asked yourself, what's going on? What's really going on? Has it been that stress has just been too much lately? And when you were stressed, you dumped your magnesium, which means you started craving more, carbs, whether it was that you started craving more sugars, depending on your body chemistry. What's been that? What is it that you've just had a string of late nights, or you've been worrying about someone sick in the family? What is it that's been dragging down your energy? Ask yourself, what is it? Start with what you can correct behind. Okay. Ask yourself, what's been going on? Just sit in that for a couple of minutes. What's been going on? Dig around. I promise it's there. And if you go, I don't know, masks that you do know, you're just choosing not to see it. But ask yourself what's been going on, because then you can look at what's happening behind. You can get a more holistic picture. Then absolutely, if you're doing crappy sleep, use your magnesium, use your melatonin, use your chamomile tea, use your chamomile and vetiver essential oils, lavender oils. Use all those things and also look at addressing what's happening behind. This is only a quickie episode today, guys, but it's a really important one to get. I promise this is life-changing stuff. As a side note, if you're interested in learning about some of the emotions that impact physical ailments, check out any of Louise Hay's books. So Louise Hay is a stunning woman who has since passed, but I learned about her work 30 odd years ago and really took on board how my body was dealing with emotions. And it is such cool work. I'll put a link in the show notes. You can just go and check it out. It is a great book, whether you get it on Kindle or whatever nowadays, but it's so good. So it has been a quickie. And I want to leave you with 3 healthy life hacks. Healthy life hack number 1 is to always see your body for what it is. It's interconnected. You're not one body system. You are a body of body systems. When something's going on, there's always something behind it. Number 2, healthy life hack number 2, don't take shortcuts. Do your shortcut and settle the symptom, but ask yourself, which is number 3, what's going on? Ask yourself what could be physically or emotionally stressing you that's taken you off track, off balance, and that's presenting with an end symptom. It might sound simple, but I promise when you really get the impact of this in your day-to-day life, your life and your health will change forever. Why do I know that? Because I lived the same journey, and my life is worlds apart when something goes off balance. So that's it for today, guys. If you want to get access to the show notes, and I'll throw a couple of really useful links in there, please go to www.healthylifehacks.com.au. And the next show, you want to tune in because I'm going to talk about how we know what to do and we simply don't do it. That's a big one. I look forward to seeing you on that show. I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed my podcast, please let me know by leaving a review where you're listening in from. Every month, I draw one lucky person who leaves a review to have a free 1-hour consultation with me. If you would like to receive a free copy of my Feed Your Body ebook, simply click the link in the comments below and join my newsletter, and we will get that free ebook sent to you. I welcome your emails, and you can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, remember, when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.